All right, everybody, don't worry. Trump has fixed healthcare. The other day, Donald Trump launching TrumpRx.com, promising the world's lowest prices on prescription drugs. And that's supposed to offset the over $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid and the end of the ACA tax credit. And this is how the Trump administration is going to save healthcare. So, hey, look, it's all fine, everybody. I'm Josh. I'm covering weekends on Ring of Fire. And Donald Trump launching this website with the help of Dr. Oz, highlighting that some of the drugs, like a fertility drug, could save a lot of money. Dr. Oz saying, Mr. President, 1 in 3 families is having trouble having a baby. We're going to have a lot of Trump babies with these costs. Ugh. Don't even want to think about that. And let's look at the numbers, right? Let's look at what's really going on in the world of healthcare in our country. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the United States is spending over $15,000 per year per person. That is double the amount of any other country that's comparable to ours. And that is before we've seen these massive cuts that have been introduced by the Trump administration. And let's recap why we're having these massive cuts. It's all part of the one big, beautiful bill. And that beautiful bill cuts services across many sectors, with the biggest hit coming in healthcare. As many as 10 million people, actually up to 15 million people, may lose their coverage altogether. 15 million people without healthcare. It's absolutely tragic. So what are we doing this for? So we can fund ICE, so we can fund the Department of Homeland Security, and so we can have a massive increase in our military spending. Like, we absolutely need that so we can go take over another country and steal their oil. That's really going to help Americans out, right? And because of this, the Trump administration has promised that we're going to cut prescription drug costs 100%, 200%. Hell, according to the math, they're going to pay us to take their pills. But we know that's not what's happening. Nothing has happened. We've seen no savings. Nothing. Our healthcare is skyrocketing. Your premiums are going up. People are losing coverage. So this website, TrumpRx.com, is supposed to save you so much money. That's the fix, right? But what does it actually do? So right now, Donald Trump and his administration have negotiated with 16 or so pharmaceutical companies, with 5 of them putting their drugs on this website at the current time. And I believe that right now, when I'm recording this, we see about 40 or 48 drugs across a range of different drugs posted on the site. So can you get your prescriptions through the site? Not really. All it does is take you to a manufacturer's website that has a coupon. And this program is a lot more similar to like something like Mark Cuban's prescription drug program, or even GoodRx, the little cards you see at the checkout at your pharmacy. It's a discount savings program. It's a coupon. That's all it is. So does it help anybody who has insurance? No. 85% of Americans have prescription drug coverage, and this website's not going to help them. It's not going to help towards their deductible. It only counts on cash pay. So what about generics? 80% of the drugs out there that are prescribed are generics. Does that help with this? Not at all. And we're even seeing reports, and they even say it on the website, that if you have insurance or a different discount program, you could save more money by using a different program. So GoodRx, or Mark Cuban's program, or even Amazon's program could save even more money than TrumpRx. So what the hell is the point of this website, other than to put a laughable website up there and give another opportunity for us to hear junk healthcare advice from RFK Jr. and Dr. Oz? What's the point? It doesn't do anything to offset the $1 trillion loss that we're seeing towards healthcare funding or the end of the ACA tax credits. Does nothing. Meanwhile, we're seeing that rural communities, they're going to be losing hospitals. We're going to see Medicare, they're going to trigger cost savings, automatic reductions in spending, the Medicare impact between 2026 and 2034. And we're going to see rural communities have over $137 billion in cuts to federal healthcare funding. So sure, You know what? Somebody who doesn't have insurance coverage on fertility care may save some money on one of their drugs, but it's not going to help them with their premium, and it's not going to help them with their deductible. It's not going to help with everyday Americans in rural communities that are losing their health care. And yet it is another opportunity for Donald Trump to slap his name on something absolutely useless. None of us voted for a 250-foot arch in Washington, D.C. None of us voted to have Donald Trump rename Dulles Airport after himself. None of us have said, hey, you know what? That new tunnel project in New Jersey, that can only go forward if Donald Trump's name is slapped on Penn Station. It's not what we voted for. We didn't vote for our prescription drug coverage to essentially be cut because of the cuts to Medicaid and to the increases in our premiums. We didn't vote for that. But hey, guess what? We've got a new website with Trump's name on it. We've got a new arch being built and a new ballroom being built just so Trump can put his name on some other crappy piece of what we now will have to call Americana because it's the world's largest vanity project. Remember, folks, this administration serves no one but itself. When you put someone like Donald Trump, an insecure toddler, in charge of our country, they serve one person and one person only, and that is Donald Trump. The man who's gotten richer, who is, by all accounts, made up to $4 billion off the first year of his presidency. Have you made any more money? Have I? Have our costs gone down? Are you seeing your groceries go down? No. Instead, American families are paying the price for tariffs. We're paying the price at the grocery store, and we're paying the price now on our health care. The United States is still the most expensive health care in the world. And you'll hear the Republicans say, yeah, but it's the best health care in the world. Is it? Because I know that during COVID and during the opioid epidemic, our life expectancy actually went down. Whereas we're seeing other developed countries jump ahead in healthcare. Countries like Denmark, countries like Canada, their healthcare systems are improving. More and more people are getting access to healthcare, quick healthcare, and good healthcare. Meanwhile, the people that are going to benefit from this, Donald Trump and a handful of pharmaceutical manufacturers, because the people that don't have prescription coverage are going to be driven to get brand name drugs, not generics. Brand name drugs that must be bought from the manufacturers. So just like anything else, you follow the money and you see where the grift is. You see where the con job is. And I hate to say it, folks, we are the dupes. We're the ones that are going to be paying for it. So you can rail all you want, Republicans, on welfare and entitlement programs. But what you're seeing out of this administration is nothing more than corporate welfare or billionaire welfare. Billionaire welfare for people like Donald Trump and Jeff Bezos and the heads of pharmaceutical companies. And heck, this is absolutely absurd news that I just saw this and I haven't read all the details. There is a non-satirical, a real march being planned by a head of a tech startup, and I'll look into this a little bit more. I ask you guys to go look into this. There's a march for billionaires that is going to be taking place in San Francisco. A march for billionaires in response to Governor Gavin Newsom's billionaire tax, because we know billionaires and giant corporations aren't paying their fair share into the tax system, and Donald Trump's tax breaks, that would fund our healthcare system. Instead, people like Elon Musk, they get a tax break. They don't get to pay taxes. So when we see somebody like Gavin Newsom doing something to make these billionaires pay their fair share, now we have tech startups protesting billionaires paying their fair share. So I hope any of our listeners that are in California, especially Northern California, if you're out there in San Francisco, do me a favor, look up this march. I want you to show up. And I want them to have their 2, 3, maybe 10 people there. And I want to see hundreds. I want to see thousands of people telling them how we really feel about billionaires not paying their fair share. Because if I hear a billionaire whining that, oh, I lost some market cap. Oh my God, I have to pay my fair share. If I hear that, I'm going to lose my damn mind, and I hope you do too. Doesn't it seem like our feeds are getting filled with more and more BS right-wing MAGA content? It's no secret that all these top tech bros are in love with the current regime, so it's no surprise that independent left-leaning media is being squashed by the algorithm. If you like our content and content like us, it doesn't take long to click that thumbs up, share, comment, or subscribe. So please help us keep the truth alive.